She said, if you didn't want to share yourself with me anymore, I should have respected that, and I'm sorry I didn't. You are not an object, and I cannot be so unhealthily attached to you. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you, and that turning into me acting out of fear and desperation. I did this all to myself. Woo! She said she did this all to herself. She brought all of this on herself. So this just happened. Keke Palmer's baby daddy submitted receipts to the court showing that not only did Keke Palmer admit to physically assaulting this man, but that she did it out of desperation because she didn't want him to leave her. As y'all know, on this channel, we get them text messages. Let's read. Now, this is a good bit to read here, and all of which is from Keke Palmer. The next slide is going to be a response from the father of her child. So it starts with Keke Palmer saying, all to myself I did this. I'm so unhappy with myself and going backwards by not being better, stronger, and smarter. I'm really going to have to pray on this because I'm just so sad and triggered to that deeply lonely and isolated place in myself where I tell myself no one in this world understands or loves me. She continues, I feel I'm not capable of pure and good love. And these are the energies I am now feeling and questioning and doubting. Ooh, hold on. Let's go ahead and try to break that down. She says that she feels like she's not capable of pure good love. Now think about that for a second. She allowed the narrative to be that he was the one that was all the way in the wrong, that she was innocent, that she did no wrong. But for her to say that she feels like she is not capable of pure and good love, what does that tell you? That she had to have had some sort of involvement in this relationship going south as well, because there's no way for you to say some words like that. Could you possibly put all the blame on the other person? I am now feeling and questioning and doubting. I'm just so sad. I feel so lost and it hurts so bad because I thought I was so clear on so many things. She continues, I'm ashamed of how I behaved and I'm sorry that I was not who you needed me to be. Whoa. Everybody thought that he wasn't who she needed him to be. But here you have Keke Palmer allegedly apologizing, saying that she wasn't, and she apologized for not being the woman that he needed her to be. And she continues, I'm really sorry because I tried so hard. You have no idea. I wish you could see into my heart and my mind, but I know only God can, and that's okay. That's why I love God, because I know that's the one that knows me the most and knows both of us. I just pray that I can have peace on this situation. This is the first time I've ever realized this. Keke actually helped me realize this, but it's something I've seen from both men and women alike when they are in this place in their life where they feel like they're so misunderstood and the only individual, the only entity or spirit that could possibly understand them is the man above, God. But what does that really mean when they're saying that? It could be one or two things. It could be that they genuinely feel, and most of them probably do, feel and believe that God is the only one that could possibly understand them. Or it could also mean that they struggle with being able to relay how they feel, their emotions, being able to express themselves. So they run to the idea that only God can understand them because, heck, they can't help anybody else understand who they are. Which one is it? She continues, I just get so sensitive and become so shell-shocked on the inside. I know when I love hard, and that's why I didn't want to be in anything. So she's saying that she wasn't ready for this relationship that she got into, had a kid while she was in this relationship, but she wasn't ready for this relationship. Okay. I wonder, did she reiterate that early on before she got into the relationship? She continues, then I fell for you and I fell harder than before and I'm scared I'm going to just spiral and spiral and spiral again. I feel so stupid. I know a lot of people fear losing themselves in relationships, but if you're losing yourself to the right person or who you deem to be the right person or right fit for you, that should not be something to be afraid of. You internally, you should be excited about that. And when I say lose yourself, I don't mean in the unhealthy sense, but the healthy sense. The thought that you are so in love with this person that you may put the needs and priorities of them in front of yours sometimes. And that's something that tends to happen in relationships is called compromise. But if you're afraid of it, then it will put you in the mindset of expecting a negative outcome and almost searching for that outcome. Or if not searching for it, creating it, sparking little situations to happen. Excuse me, my nails, I got blue dials working on some tennis shoes. But sparking and creating situations or scenarios that can ultimately be the downfall for that relationship. Don't be afraid of it if you feel like you're dealing with someone who you can actually see yourself harboring a positive future with. We're halfway there, y'all. She continues, I gave you so much control over my emotions. No one should have control over your emotions. Those are your emotions to own. No one should be able to control your emotions. They're yours. And this saddens me. I lost myself in trying so hard to keep you and hold on to the space that I felt we shared. Just to reiterate on what I was saying in regards to somebody having control of your emotions, I'll never forget the story, and I'm gonna keep this extremely short. Story about the guy that survived the Holocaust and how he wasn't bitter or butthurt about that situation like most of the other survivors were, how they walked around with a chip on their shoulder. He decided not to do that because what he told himself was, they might have had control over my physical body and what I was limited to do, but they did not have control over my mind and what I could think. The measure of someone who is truly emotionally intelligent is to know that your emotions are your own to control and that you control them. She continues, in that moment, in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was just so soul crushed. The feeling that I felt, I can't explain, and I'm still sitting in this very moment. There's so many ways to look at that. You could think about the fact that she really cares about this individual, and maybe that's a beautiful thing. You know, the fact that she would hate to see this person walk out of their life, walk out of her life. Or you can also think of it like, man, you know, you're a bit too dependent and reliant on this individual for your emotional well-being, that you feel like you can't go on, or that you don't know what to do if you don't have this person in your life. And there's a few other ways that we can look at a statement like that. I'm sure y'all have a few of your own. Comment down below. It just felt so hard for me to understand you walking away. All I saw was every deep moment we ever had, and how I couldn't understand you turning your back on me. She says, I had no space for your humanity, and I immediately tried to possess you, but you're not mine. You are God's. And if you didn't want to share yourself with me anymore, I should have respected that. And I'm sorry I didn't. That's the attitude. So many times people feel as though when someone is walking away from them or trying to walk out of their life, that they're doing something to them. When if you were to put yourself in that situation, if you're trying to walk away from somebody, you're trying to remove yourself from what you feel is a problem. But a lot of times the other person on the other end of that doesn't feel like that's what you're doing. They feel as though, oh my God, you're abandoning me. No matter what side of that spectrum that you're on in that given situation, either partner, either individual should just accept what that is in that moment and feel that it's necessary to separate so that you can collect yourself, get your thoughts together, because once you calm down, that's when you're going to get the best understanding of what those situations were. Separate from one another, get your thoughts together, and then recollect, reconnect, and then see if there's a possibility for y'all to move forward together in the future. If not, then it's for the best. She said, if you didn't want to share yourself with me anymore, I should have respected that, and I'm sorry I didn't. You are not an object, and I cannot be so unhealthily attached to you. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you, and that turning into me acting out of fear and desperation. That was not the best me that you received, and I'm sorry for that. I am mad at the situation. I am mad at myself. I'm deeply affected and afraid because it's such a deep heaviness that I don't know what to feel anymore. It's not your fault nor job to alleviate it from me. I honestly need to pray on it. I'm just sad and sorry to be texting so much. Man, I got so much I want to say right now, but I'm gonna save it for the end until I finish reading this. We're almost done here. That's what I truly hate, when things like this go down. I gotta be here at work. I have no time today to just keep sleeping and heal. I was up all night. I forgot all my at home. I'm in every single scene, yet I did this all to myself. Woo! She said she did this all to herself. She brought all of this on herself. And then she says she's sorry that her text messages are coming out of order. See, all of this is her holding herself accountable. And it's a beautiful thing, right? But the fact that all of that stuff that came out about their relationship, all that stuff that should have been kept in house, came out publicly and made this man look like a villain, did so much more damage to his name, his character, his reputation, that I don't even know if it would really be worth it for him to continue to be in this relationship. Because all the people that were coming after him, all the women that were calling him a dog and saying all these horrible things about him, now that Kiki put this out, you think they're gonna come back and apologize to him? No, they never do that. They never apologize to the man because they want to see him down. Rather he was right or wrong. Is believe all women first. That's always what they say. But what did Kiki say? She brought this on herself. He didn't say much, but let's listen to his response. But first, we got highlighted here some of the stuff that Kiki said, stuff that's going to be almost used against her in court to some degree. I don't know why it's so hard for me to understand you walking away. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you, and that turning into me acting out of fear and desperation. That's what Kiki said. He got 3 lines down here, 3 sentences. The first one says, "Have the night to yourself, Kiki. Only you. When you wake up tomorrow, let me know what you want to do." He's putting the ball in her court. She drops a question mark on there, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You supposed to be the man and lead and guide. What do you mean? What do I want to do? She's like, I just told you all this stuff right here. I don't know what I want to do. So with this sentence being left and Kiki putting a question mark on there, basically what she's saying is, hey, I just poured my heart out to you, letting you know that I still want you to be a part of my life. You walked away, which made me believe that you no longer want to be a part of my life. You asking me what do I want to do is not you telling me what you want to do. So then he continues. He says, I don't want to lose you, but I also don't want to lose myself, which is why I try and hold myself in those situations too. He tried to hold himself. He tried to restrain himself. These sentences, these responses to her from him sounds like he was indeed a more emotionally intelligent individual in this relationship. He tried to excuse himself by walking away. She would not let him physically, which is why she put hands on him. She was acting out of fear and desperation. She was desperate to keep him there. She was fearing losing him. She put hands on him. Now, we saw the pictures of him getting physical with her. We didn't see what happened before that. We didn't see if she got physical with him, but we know she did because she just said she did. Now, I don't condone putting hands on a woman for any reason whatsoever, but in certain situations, you may have to defend yourself, and that might look like being physical, unfortunately. Like I always say, fellas, if you can, try your best to at least, if she's coming after you, restrain her. Put her in a big old bear hug. Hold her down. Keep her from hurting herself and hurting you. Anyway, y'all leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch you in the next one. See you.